I went out with a couple of girlfriends to listen to a band play locally in Malibu. He saw me with a couple of ladies and just thought, why isn't she with a man? And contacted his son, who was in Berlin, I think, at the time. He called the mutual friend of my son, Sean, who's a rapper called Swayze. Swayze said, oh no, I'll find out. Came back and said, no, she's single. And that was it.
Jane Seymour has found love again, and she's not keeping it a secret. The Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman star recently confirmed her relationship with musician and longtime friend John Zambetti. After 4 marriages, Seymour has no plans to walk down the aisle again, but she's embracing this new chapter with excitement. Their romance has already caught public attention, as Zambetti is a well-known figure in the music world. At 72, Seymour continues to redefine expectations when it comes to love, aging, and personal happiness. Her openness about relationships, along with a career that spans decades, makes her a fascinating figure. Today, we're taking a closer look at her new romance, her past marriages, and the incredible journey that has made her one of Hollywood's most enduring stars. Jane Seymour and John Zambetti. Jane and John have stepped into the public eye as a couple, and their relationship is drawing attention. Though they've known each other for years, their romance has blossomed more recently. Seymour has spoken openly about their connection, describing them as being in the honeymoon stage and enjoying every moment together. Unlike her past relationships, this one comes with no pressure to marry, something she's made clear is no longer a priority. Zambetti, a musician and songwriter, has been active in the industry for decades. Best known as a founding member of the surf rock band The Malibus, he's worked with some of the biggest names in music. His career has kept him in the spotlight, making him a familiar face to many. Now, as he and Seymour enjoy their time together, fans have been quick to notice their natural chemistry. Seymour has described her relationship with Zambetti as easy and full of laughter. In an interview, she said, "I don't need to be married again. I just want to be with someone I love, who loves me." That sense of freedom has allowed her to fully embrace their partnership without the expectations that often come with marriage. The couple has been spotted together at events, and Seymour has shared glimpses of their life on social media. While she remains private about certain aspects of their relationship, she's made it clear that she is happier than ever. Zambetti, who's largely stayed out of tabloid headlines, seems to share her desire for a low-pressure, fulfilling romance. Their relationship stands in contrast to the highly publicized marriages of Seymour's past. After years of navigating love under the scrutiny of Hollywood, she now finds herself in a partnership that feels both comfortable and exciting. As she continues to celebrate life, her love story with Zambetti adds yet another fascinating chapter to an already remarkable journey. Jane's past marriages and relationships. Jane has walked down the aisle 4 times, each marriage bringing its own set of triumphs and challenges. Her first marriage, to theater director Michael Attenborough, lasted from 1971 to 73. She was just beginning her acting career, and the relationship ended quietly. Her second marriage, to businessman Jeffrey Planer, was even shorter, lasting from 1977 to 78. Seymour has rarely spoken about these early unions, suggesting they were part of her learning experience as a young woman navigating both love and fame. Her third marriage, to David Flynn, however, had a more profound impact on her life. The couple wed in 1981 and had 2 children, Catherine and Sean. During this time, Seymour's career flourished, but her marriage suffered. Flynn, who worked as a business manager, ultimately led her into financial ruin. In a candid interview, she recalled discovering that he had mismanaged her money, leaving her with almost nothing. Quote, "I lost everything," she admitted. "I was even sleeping on a friend's couch with my kids." Their divorce in 1992 marked one of the most difficult periods of her life, forcing her to rebuild from the ground up. Her longest marriage was to actor and filmmaker James Keach, whom she married in 1993. Together they welcomed twin sons, Johnny and Chris, and built what seemed like a strong family foundation. For 2 decades, they appeared to be one of Hollywood's most stable couples. But in 2015, they finalized their divorce amid reports of infidelity. Seymour later confirmed that Keach had been unfaithful, but she chose to take a positive approach, stating, quote, "I don't believe in bitterness. I believe in moving on." She and Keach have remained cordial for the sake of their children, even continuing to work together on film projects. Despite the heartbreak she experienced, Seymour has never let past relationships define her. She's remained optimistic about love, refusing to let past betrayals or financial setbacks shape her future. Now, with John Zambetti, she seems to have found a balance between companionship and independence. Finding love again.
I have rarely seen a more loved-up couple walk into the studio than the two. Look.
We have to stop doing that, Johnny.
Yeah.
Not appropriate, not age appropriate. Remember?
We actually, given our ages, we celebrate our anniversary every month.
Every month.
Because it's like dog years.
Jane Seymour has never shied away from discussing the realities of aging, relationships, and self-discovery. At 72, she's proving that love does not have an expiration date. After 4 marriages, she's made it clear she's no longer looking for legal commitments, but that has not stopped her from embracing a meaningful relationship with John. Quote, "I'm in a stage in my life where I know what makes me happy," she said. "I've learned that love is about companionship, laughter, and truly enjoying each other's company." Unlike the whirlwind romances of her past, her connection with Zambetti is built on years of friendship. Their relationship developed naturally without the pressures that often come with younger love. Seymour has spoken about the importance of living in the moment and appreciating the person she's with rather than focusing on what the future might hold. She no longer believes marriage is necessary to validate a relationship. Instead, she values the freedom to love without expectation. Her perspective on love is intertwined with her views on aging. She's been vocal about embracing the natural changes that come with getting older, rather than fighting him. She has spoken candidly about menopause, staying active, and maintaining confidence in her appearance without resorting to excessive cosmetic procedures. Quote, "I've always said aging is a privilege," she shared. "I've lived through a lot, and I wouldn't change a thing." Her openness about these topics has resonated with many women who see her as a role model. By finding love again on her own terms, Seymour is showing that happiness does not have to follow a traditional path. Whether it's her career, personal life, or outlook on aging, she continues to redefine what it means to live life fully at any stage. Her career highlights. Jane's career has spanned more than 5 decades, cementing her status as one of Hollywood's most enduring stars. She first gained widespread recognition in 1973 as Solitaire in Live and Let Die, starring alongside Roger Moore in his first appearance as James Bond. The role introduced her to international audiences and set the stage for a long and varied acting career. In 1980, she starred in Somewhere in Time opposite Christopher Reeve, a film that, while not a box office hit upon release, became a beloved cult classic. Seymour has often spoken about how the film remains one of her personal favorites, not just because of its romantic storyline, but because of the deep bond she formed with Reeve. The two remained close friends until his passing in 2004. Her most iconic role was in 1993 when she took on the lead in Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman. As Dr. Michaela Quinn, she played a strong, independent female doctor in the American frontier, a role that resonated with audiences and ran for 6 successful seasons. The show not only earned her a Golden Globe, but also made her a household name. Seymour has credited Dr. Quinn with giving her one of the most fulfilling experiences of her career. Quote, "It was a role that allowed me to play a strong woman who helped people," she once said, "and it meant so much to so many." She's also found success in numerous other ventures. She's an accomplished painter with her artwork showcased in galleries around the world.
When did you first pick up a brush?
When I was 40 years old, I went through a terrible divorce. I went through a big crisis in my life. For me, this was very healing. It took me to this kind of whole Zen place. And then it ended up becoming art shows. I was in books. I did something. I actually had 3 paintings at the Guggenheim, if you can believe it, for Make-A-Wish Foundation. And then I designed clothing and prints and sculptures.
She's written several books, including works on health, beauty, and personal growth. Her Open Hearts jewelry collection, inspired by her own philosophy of resilience and love, has been widely successful. Even with such a prolific career, she shows no signs of slowing down. In recent years, she's taken on a mix of film, television, and stage roles while continuing to champion causes close to her art. Now it's time to hear from you. What do you think about finding love so late in life? Let us know in the comments section below.